a brand new day.
Is he driving up right now? Why am I so nervous? I never get nervous. I'm sensing synergy. The suspense is unreal. Like, where is he?
Hello, Tyler.
Hi, honey.
How are you?
Nice to meet you. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. My name is Katy Mixon. He might recognize me from Eastbound Down on HBO, Mike and Molly, and American Housewife.
All right, here we go.
I
love a jinx. You owe me a soda.
Done.
Oh, so wonderful to see you.
So nice to be in your presence.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Of course.
Have you seen the show before?
I have.
Awesome, so that
And
helps.
I love it very much.
Thank you so much.
And I'm real open.
Perfect.
Right? My fiance, Bro Greer, is with me. And my dear, precious friend, Miss Dina, and then Sweet Nicole, they're watching up there too.
So today what I'll do is I'll just communicate what I see, hear, and feel. And sometimes I'll hold on to an object and then kind of help bring a person in.
Sure.
And I obviously see there's some objects here.
Yes,
I'm
it's
more
the
drawn
object.
to the actual box. So I feel like I might hold on to the box if we don't mind.
The box is decor.
I love it.
But I
So
welcome
we'll-
the box.
I got it. I wonder what the box is. Let me
no
look.
one knows.
Okay. I will do this. And we'll
Okay.
just kind of see what pops in. We'll just kind of see.
Should we get rid of the box?
Yeah, let's actually get rid of the box.
Let's get rid of the box.
The decor is affecting the reading.
God bless.
I love it. I'm like, goodbye.
Goodbye, box.
There you go. Awesome. Perfect. Okay, so I'm just gonna scribble.
Okay.
We'll see what comes on in.
I have, a relationship with God. I grew up in a very spiritual background, and although I'm open to many different things, there is one area that I have come today to learn more about.
I'm gonna put this back down.
Okay.
Because there's a lot coming in that I'm gonna have to navigate.
Okay.
Which sometimes happens. but,
Navigate. Navigate away.
Okay. Gosh, they're bringing me to this situation. This coming in is like, I don't know why they're having me talk about a younger person, but they're having me revolve around like the incident. And this is interesting. They're showing me like fluid, it feels like pressure, it's like a whole thing.
Yes.
And catalyst.
There was a massive situation.
She's gonna get really emotional. Okay. But they're having me acknowledge a physical catalyst that would contribute to a decline.
Right.
So when that comes through to me, it's usually like an incident or something that happens that causes someone to basically be suddenly immobile.
It did.
But kind of more in an incidental way,
Right.
typically. And the thing is that they're having me acknowledge like this happens, but this doesn't kill the individual in that moment. It's just like a catalyst that kind of contributes to a decline. But they're bringing this to brain for some reason. The development or the mindset of this
Yes.
child would have been
Yes.
affected after this.
Yes.
It's weird. I don't know why this is, but they were having me talk about like, at the time that this happened, this being really horrible because of the plans. I don't know if there was like a vacation planned, but they're drawing
We just
this
come back
contrast.
from a massive vacation.
I got you.
Yeah.
So there's this feeling of like, oh my God, going from one mindset into a
Yes.
completely different one.
Entirely.
And it's like a whole thing.
Right.
So they're having me talk about a situation. For some reason, this younger energy is having me talk about alone, 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 alone. But they're putting this more so in the context of having me refer to like what led up to this for some reason.
Oh, yes.
Let me see.
I know what you're talking about.
So that makes sense.
Complete sense.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
No, honey, you're like, I'm totally with you. Yes, but that's where you're at right now. That's
Right.
like unreal. That's yes. Can I tell you the name?
What was her first name?
Caroline.
Caroline, awesome.
Right. Mr. Tyler connected with my dear precious sister, Carolina. She drowned at 1 year old in her backyard pool. Her brain had not gotten oxygen. So she was in a coma, I believe, for 4 months, but she lived. She lived 5 more years after that. She had the best laugh. She had just the most precious smile. She was incredible. So my memories of her are quite incredible.
They're having me talk about letting go of any guilt, shame, feelings about like not being able to do this in time or not getting this treated or dealt with in time. Because this is coming across as a feeling of like, let go of any feelings of accountability because this just happened and we can't make it change. And it's just like acceptance. This child acknowledges being completely at peace, completely fine. But this brain thing, it just seems kind of unfixable is the way I would describe it. Like after this happened, it's like there was no going back. So this child acknowledges this feeling of freedom. It's like, I'm not limited to my body. I'm not limited to that brain anymore. And there's a lightness.
That's so intense.
But there's just a very strong need to know that when it came to response time or anything being done differently, it's like, this just happened and it's tragic and it's horrible, but they need to kind of be able to forgive themselves and let this go. And
Unbelievable.
have that. So
Unbelievable.
That's important.
Yeah. You couldn't be more right. My little sister, we're one of 7. My little sister, Caroline, drowned at 1 year old. I was 10 years old. She drowned in our backyard pool, and she lived. Her brain was dead. And so Mom and Dad, you know, we believed for her healing. And so 5 years later, she had a tracheotomy. She was making so much progress. She grew and was, you know, slightly thriving. So when I was 15, she had another accident. There was a huge party. She was in the back room and her chin got over her tracheotomy and cut off breathing because she had no one watching her. And so she passed when I was ending my 9th grade year. But that is what happened.
I'm so sorry, but I'm so glad she came through to acknowledge
Me too,
wiping that
honey.
slate clean and
Me
letting go
too.
of all of that.
I know. It's really incredible.
That makes me so happy.
Yeah, honey.
When I'm doing a reading, I'm connecting to these loved ones on the other side and delivering their messages. And I can't get my own emotions in the way. But when it comes time to see the photo sometimes that the client brings, that touches a special chord in me.
That is Caroline Field Mixon. That was at the resort. That was at the vacation that we were all at. This was taken 5 days before the drowning.
Wow.
Crazy.
Oh my gosh. It just seems to, for me, make it that much more human. And that can be actually pretty emotional. Even though I know our loved ones continue on, it's a realization that this was a human life and they had a face. And that still affects me as a human being.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
There's a few things. Give me 1 minute. They are having me talk about 21st. They're having me talk about a date changing. I don't know.
She was due on the 21st.
A date changing.
Yeah.
Going back and forth between a date. Don't know what this is. I'm saying 21st.
How do we tell her?
They're having me talk about like having to make this change.
I know what it is. I have chills. I got chills.
That's a good sign.
I know what that is.
What is
Can I
it?
tell you?
Absolutely.
Love it. I just had a baby.
Congrats.
I had a baby
Awesome.
3 months ago. He was supposed to be born on May 21st, and he was born on May 19th.
Fabulous.
Completely.
There we go.
You know, I think that's her way of acknowledging being with that child. But it's like
Yes.
I'm watching over them and being around them.
Wow. It's incredible. It's so magical. It's amazing because I'm a new mommy now, and I feel her presence. She has never left. She's never left. That was incredible. There's power in being open to all of it. Oh, honey, thank you so much. I'm like blown away, and I'm very, very grateful for this opportunity. My heart's overwhelmed. I'm really overwhelmed with so many different things. That was wild. With the Carolina situation?
Yeah, he got me too. How do you feel?
Great. I feel a true sense of peace that our Carolina, my family's Caroline, she is okay. And Mr. Tyler has got it going on.